July 6, 1942. A few days ago, Father began to talk about going into hiding. He said it would be very hard for us to live cut off from the rest of the world. He sounded so serious. I felt scared. Don't worry, Annalise. Just enjoy your carefree life while you can. Carefree? I was born in Frankfurt on June 12, 1929. Because we're Jewish, my father immigrated to Holland in 1933. He heard Hitler's marching gang sing that horrible song, When Jew Blood Spurts from the Knife, and knew it was time to leave. But Hitler invaded Holland on May 10, 1940. 5 days later, the Dutch surrendered, the Germans arrived, and the trouble started for the Jews. Father was forced to give up his business, manufacturing products used to make jam. We couldn't use streetcars, couldn't go to the theater or movies anymore. Couldn't even be out on the street after 8 p.m. Couldn't even sit in our own gardens. We had to turn in our bicycles. No beaches, no swimming pools, no libraries. We couldn't even walk on the sunny side of the streets. Our identity cards were stamped with a big black J, and we had to wear the yellow star. But somehow, life went on. Until yesterday. A call-up notice from the SS. My sister Margot was ordered to report for work in Germany, to the Westerbork transit camp. A call-up. Everybody knows what that means. At 5:30 this morning, we closed the door to our apartment behind us. My cat was the only living creature I said goodbye to. The unmade beds, the breakfast things on the table, all created the impression we'd left in a hurry. And our destination? We walked 2.5 miles in the pouring rain all the way to 263 Creekside, Father's office building. Our hiding place, the secret annex, is right behind it upstairs. Even though the Germans forced Father out, he still runs the office with Mr. Crawler and me, who've offered to help us while we're in hiding.
Oh, me.
Mr. Frank, thank goodness you were here safely. Me! Mrs. Frank, Margaret, you must be exhausted. Only to know, we wanted to get it all ready for you.
You've done far too much already. Besides, it's good for us to keep busy. As you can see, on's my little helper.
I see that. Peter, come in.
Welcome, Peter. Peter Fondon, children.
Welcome to the annex.
Peter, this is Anne, Margot, and my wife, Mrs. Frank.
Mrs. Frank, forgive me, Peter. I'm not quite myself, but I'm glad you're with us. I am too.
A cat! He has a cat! We have a cat too. I wanted to bring her, but I know our neighbors will take care of her till we come back. It'll be great having a cat here. Won't it, Pip? Won't it be fantastic?
But don't get so excited. Peter doesn't even know you yet.
He'll get to know me soon, though. It's going to be so much fun having other people around. A whole other family? Like being on vacation in some strange pension or something. An adventure, romantic, and dangerous at the same time.
What is it, Peter?
My parents. They were right behind me. I'm straight away.
They'll be.
I don't think they were. Worried, Peter. They're just like me. Mother's always jumping at every little thing. What's its name? Lucy. Lucy. I love cats. Where'd you go to school?
They set up a technical school in somebody's house. Once we were forbidden to.
I just went to my Montessori school with the Jewish license.
I know. I saw you there.
You did?
See, what did I tell you? Now we're all of you.
Time. We have to take the long way around. There are too many police on the streets.
Welcome, Mrs. Fondon, Mr. Fondon. You know my wife, of course, and the children.
You must pay. What do you do? Halfway to there.
Such trouble we're causing, Mr. Crawler. After all you and me have done. And now we arrived early.
You couldn't put your back on the way, Mr. Frank. Please don't worry. We'll do everything we can to help. Now I must try to get your ration books.
Wait, if they see your names on the ration books, won't they know from here?
Trust me. Your names won't be on them. If you make a list every day, I will try to get what you want. And every Saturday I can bring you 5 library books.
5? I already know what my 5 are going to be.
Do you remember there are 7 of us?
I know, Mother.
It's illegal then. The ration books? We've never done anything illegal.
I don't think we live exactly according to regulations here.
Listen, a bastard horn.
How will I ever get used to that clock?
I love
I will be here every day to you. I give you a button to signal when you come up, and tomorrow I'll set bookcase placed in front of your door. Oh, one last thing. Radio!
it. Radio? Fantastic.
Oh, radio, thank God.
How did you get it? We had to turn ours in months ago.
Thank you, Mr. Crawley, for everything.
You'll tell them about the noise.
I'll tell them.
How can we thank you? Really, how
I
can we
never
ever?
thought I lived between the day a man like Mr. Frank would have to go and companion.
It's a wonder we weren't caught. Petronella walking down the street with the fur coat and a hat toss in the middle of summer.
What do you need another hat for?
It's not another cat, it's...
Oh.
Just don't feel at home without my chamber pot.
Now, everyone, a few things, quickly. We need to get organized before 8. Sit down, please. First, about the noise. While the workmen are in the building from 8 to 6, we must keep completely quiet. So no shoes, and move only when absolutely necessary. We can't run any water, we can't flush the toilet in the WC. The pipes go down to the warehouse and every sound can be heard.
One toilet for all of us.
No trash can ever be thrown out. Not even a potato food. We'll burn everything in the stove at night. We can't go outside. We can't look out a window. No coughing. If possible, no fevers. Remember, we can never call a doctor. This is the way we must live until it is over. But after 6, we can talk, laugh, play games, move around just as we would at home. This will be our common room, the place we meet to have supper, like one family.
One family. I love that.
Now why don't we get settled in? As Mr. Fondant and I discussed, this floor will be the Fondant home, and this will be the Frank home. I know your space is tiny, Peter, but at least you're near your parents. Actually, I'm glad you brought your cat. He warns us, there could be rats.
Rats? Oh my.
Come, Petronella. Let's go up to the attic and bring all our dishes down. All our boxes are up there.
Never ever thank you, Mr. Frog. If it weren't for you, I don't know what happened to any of us.
You can't imagine how your husband helped me when I first came to Amsterdam. Not knowing a soul, unable to speak the language. I could never repay him. Besides, he's been an excellent business partner.
Well, that's true.
God, it's hot.
If you just take that fur coat off for 1 minute, you feel lots cooler.
You rest, Edith. You haven't closed your eyes since yesterday. Nor you, Margot.
I slept, Father. Isn't that funny? Even though I knew it would be the last night in my own bed.
You can see through anything. Now take your shoes off before you forget. You too, Peter. Shoes.
You sure you aren't too tired on the leaves? Please, Mother, I'm fine. Hey, what are you doing?
We're getting rid of it.
You can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go without your stuff.
It's going out. Now I don't have to be branded.
You're right. We don't need it anymore. Remember when it started? People tried to look the other way, but their eyes always landed right there. His mother sewed us on so tight.
The day they made us wear the scar was the worst day of my life.
Look, it left a mark. Do you know Emily Basslar?
No,
Yogi Walk?
never heard of it.
Oh, this is me.
No,
is your father's business partner?
You heard of me, you heard of me. I'm famous at my school.
That's true, eh?
What do you mean?
Oh, you mustn't bother Peter.
I'm not bothering him.
Moochie either. Tonight we'll have our first real supper here together.
Thank you.
He's awfully shy.
You'll like him, I know.
I better. He's the only boy I'm gonna see. But hey, my movie stars! I remembered. Wait, where's my diary? Forgot to pack my pencils.
On! No, you can't go down those stairs.
But it was only for.
Never on. This is what going into hiding means. One mistake cost us our lives.
I know, Father.
But every day, meet and Mr. Collar will bring us food, books, and precious company. With friends on. That's rare these days. If the Nazis found out they were helping us, they'd be deported too.
Your fountain pen.
You were fountain pen now.
Oh, Pam, what a darling you are.
All those bags of beans and potatoes. Is that what we'll be eating every night?
Don't
How
listen
much
to
variety
her.
now is there?
Do not listen to her. What she can do with beans and potatoes, my wife's a great cook.
Lucky for us.
Even with beans, old Hong Winston is still gourmet meals.
Letty, stop exaggerating.
The women seem content, won't they?
You can never tell it from the hand. But I think we'll be alright.
Good. Get this all done, and we can sit and start preparing supper.
6 o'clock, yes.
Come back to now. We're gonna leave here at any moment.
What if it's a mistake? All of us going into hiding together? They say it's better for families to separate. That way if we're betrayed, caught, at least the
The
children...
children would never have understood if we separated. They couldn't afford it. No more than we.
Are you alright, Margot? I'm still shaking. Feel my hands. It's alright. We're here now. We can't take you away. Yes, we're here.
Unter dass du nun einzudrehen entschlossen bist, siehst du wie letzte Haus dieses Deutschland, der deutschen Volksgemeinschaft aller deutschen Stämme, das Großdeutsche Reich, sieg heil! Sieg heil!
It's the silence that frightens me most. Every time I hear a creak in the house, a step on the street, I'm sure they're coming for us. I wander from room to room, feeling like a songbird whose wings have been ripped off and keeps hurling itself against the bars of its cage. Let me out where there's fresh air and laughter. But then, I remember the Jews who are not in hiding. And I know we live in a paradise. We're as quiet as baby mice. Who would have dreamed Quicksilver on to have to sit still for hours? And what more could?
Can't I take a peek?
No, Mrs. Frank-1.
Not even a little peek?
Not even a little peek, Mrs. Frank-1.
All right, fine. I'm first to the WC.
Has anyone seen my shoes?
Shoes?
You took them, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I?
Definitely.
Come on.
Look at you! I'm waiting! I'm waiting! I'm waiting! Here. Ooh, you're strong. But you won't get them away from me. You didn't think I was so strong, did you? Oh, you're getting mad. You're getting really mad now.
On, Peter!
Come on, Peter. Dance with me.
I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
Don't want any lessons.
Please.
I have to give Lucy his supper.
Can I watch?
Doesn't like people around when he eats.
I'll be quiet. Quiet as a little mouse. He likes mice, doesn't he?
No! Oh, you shouldn't play with Peter like that. It's not dignified.
I don't want to be dignified.
You complain I don't treat you like a grown-up, but when I do, you resent it.
I just want to have some fun. What's wrong with that boy?
He's just not used to girls, especially a girl like our Annalise. Give him time.
How much time does he need?
Where's Peter?
In his room.
His father would kill him if he with that cat again. Do me a favor and get Peter out of his room.
Peter! Peter!
What is it?
Your mother says to come out.
You know what your father says.
I'll feed Mushi.
All right. But just give him his supper and come right out.
Is that the any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Mother, please!
Look, he's blushing.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So, you're 16. Your father's older than I am. I'll tell you, Mr. Frog, if this were last much longer than we're liable to be related. God, I hate that.
I wish I could stay for supper, but I'm so terribly shy. I can barely get a word out of
All right! I heard about you. How you talked so much in class, Mr. Casey called you Miss Quack Quack. Made you write a composition, Quack Quack Quack, said Miss Quack Quack.
Well, go on. Tell them the rest. Tell them how it was so good he read it out loud to our class and all his other classes.
I know about you. Always joking.
I don't always joke.
Always making fun of mocking people. Quack, quack, quack.
You're the most infuriating boy I've ever met. And of all the boys in the world, I have to get locked up
With quack, quack, quack. And from now on, stay out of my room.
Excellent in history and in Latin.
He's not here yet.
Workman only left a little while ago.
What's for dinner?
Beans.
Again?
How'd I do in algebra?
I think we both better give up on algebra.
How did I do? Brilliant, like always.
We might have used a subjunctive here.
Where?
Petronella, take that fur coat off. You can't have it on all the time. I saw you in there playing with that cat.
He's only in there for a second. He's been in his room all. He's been in there working on his French.
Really?
Mrs. Frank-1, may I try on your coat?
On? Of course you may.
My father gave me this coat a year before he died. He always bought me the best money could buy.
Did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
On, it's not courteous to ask personal questions.
Our house was always swarming with boys. I remember the summer. I was 16.
Oh God, here we go again.
I was talking to you. We had a big house on the side of Rubber Haven. Those boys came buzzing like bees around the honey pot. My father was always working with all those boys buzzing around. He'd say, if any of them gets fresh, You tell them. Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Very good. All right, that's enough. Where's your diary?
What if you got to write about all the time? That's so important.
Just because someone's young doesn't mean they don't have anything to say, Mr. Von.
Please, can't I have any privacy?
Petronella, can you please tell me what could possibly be so private?
Oh, you know how it is at that age, honey. Everything is private. Even brushing your teeth.
I just hope she doesn't write anything about me and that diary of hers.
How's your brunch coming, Peter?
I know. I'm a hopeless case.
You are not hopeless. He's not hopeless. He just doesn't have anyone to help him like the girls do. Maybe you could, Mr. Frog.
I'm sure his father.
Oh, no, he will not listen to me.
What do you say, Peter?
Oh, Mr. Frog, you're an angel. And I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one over there.
Come, Peter, tell me which chapter you're on.
You listen to Mr. Frog, Peter. Mr. Frog is a very highly educated man.
Aren't these hard enough here sprawling all over the place?
You didn't smoke so much, but you wouldn't be so.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Don't tell me you used up all those cigarettes.
One package. Meatball they brought. One package.
You're smoking up all around.
Please shut up! What are you looking at?
It's just, I've never heard girls quarrel before. I thought only children quarrel, and it wore off as you grew up.
This isn't a quarrel, it's a discussion. And I've never heard children be so rude before.
Rude? Me? I don't know how you can say that when you're
Dear, can you please get me my knitting? I remember that I need to ask me for some more wool. I have a library book for her to return. And I need some hairpins and soap.
Meet. Bring us some starch, some tea, a movie star magazine. It's a wonder Meet has a life of her own. Did you know that she's engaged to someone called Jan? She's crazy about him, but terrified the Nazis will send him to work in a plant. That's what they do with all of the young Dutchmen these days. They pick them up in the streets.
Suppose you try keeping still for 5 minutes.
On dear, have some water.
Talk, chatter. It's a wonder we haven't been discovered and shot. Can't you try being a good girl like your sister, Margot?
Not me. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris.
Oh, really?
I'm going to be a famous singer, or actor, or dancer one day.
Oh my God. My coats. My beautiful fur coats.
I'm sorry.
Do you have any idea what my father paid for this? Look at it.
I'm very sorry.
I could kill you for this.
Petronella!
You can't behave like this.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an accident.
I'm not just talking about the coat, Aura. We're all living under great stress, but you don't hear Margot getting into arguments with the Fondons, do you?
Margot's perfect. She never gets into arguments with anyone.
I'm not perfect. She's courteous, she keeps her distance, and they respect her for it. Try to be more like Margot.
And have them walk over me too? No, thank you.
They don't walk all over me.
Oh, yes, they do. All over you.
I'm not afraid they'll walk all over you, Aunt. I'm afraid you'll walk all over them. I don't know what happens to you. If I ever talk to my mother the way you talk to me...
Yes, Mother. No, Mother. Anything you say, Mother. People aren't like that anymore. I can't do everything for you.
Margot doesn't do everything.
Margot. That's all I ever hear.
Aunt, don't be so dramatic.
Everything she does is right. Everything I do is wrong. If I talk, I'm a show-off. If I answer, I'm rude. Selfish if I eat too much. Stupid. Cowardly. A complete disappointment. I'll never live up to your expectations. I'll never be Margot.
No room, but privacy for any of us. You know, Aunt, in 2 minutes she'll be laughing and joking again. Those people, the way they behave, and your father chooses to shut his eyes on these type of things. I can't even remember how life used to be.
Me! It's me! Me, our darling me.
At last.
Does everyone have their list?
I have mine. Oh, me. You smell like the wind. What's it like outside?
How are you, Mr. Fowler?
Did anyone interesting come into the office?
Oh, when meat comes, the sun begins to shine.
We missed you yesterday, Mr. Collar. Tell us, Meep.
We want to know everything.
Won't you stay for supper, Meep? Thank you, but there's something we need to talk over. Something that has to be decided immediately.
What is it, Mr. Collar?
Each time you call, I try and bring a bit of business, but up here, I can't know how bad things have become outside.
There's a dentist, Alfred Dussel. He's Jewish. He's been living with Patricia Lane, but today he asked if I knew of a safe address. He's desperate. I promised I would let him know.
Of course, me. Absolutely. Russell, I believe we know him.
That's great news, me.
Yes, but where will we put him? There's already hardly enough room.
Forgive me. I spoke without consulting you. I was sure you wouldn't find another
It's
guest.
just that so little food.
Mr. Von Don, I tried. There are no more rations to be had.
Or 7 can eat, 8 can eat as well.
I hope.
If we can save even one person, we must.
Well, you're right, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Collar will meet him. I will bring him up tomorrow. Thank you.
It's fine to have him, but where are we going to put him? He can have my bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
That's very kind of you, Peter, but there's hardly enough room in there for you.
I know. I can move in with you and Mother. And Mr. Dussel can have my bed.
No. Margot will move in with us, and Mr. Dussel can have her bed. It's the only way.
But why? Why can't I move in?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margaret. Please, Arn, don't argue. It's settled.
As far as I'm concerned, Mother can go jump in a lake. I don't know why I've taken such a terrible dislike to her, but I can imagine her dying someday. Well, Papa's death seems inconceivable to me. It's very mean of me, I know, but that's just how I feel. I hope Mother will never read this or anything else I've written. She's not a mother to me. I have to mother myself. Who can I turn to? Only my diary. I have to become a good person on my own. But I know it will make me stronger in the end. It's 3.5 months in the annex, and we're eagerly awaiting our latest edition. What will he be like? Neep says he's quiet and fine, and by all accounts, he's an excellent dentist. He's meeting Mr. Crawler at 11 sharp this morning, at a certain place in front of the post office. It's all very exciting and totally nerve-wracking. What if they get caught? Those last hours are the most dangerous for a Jew who goes into hiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's done.
Everything went smoothly. Mr. Dussel was at the appointed place at the appointed time. He had to wear Jan's coat over his office jacket so no one would see the yellow star. He was amazed to be brought to the center of Amsterdam rather than into the country, and so many hiding places are. Of course, he had no idea we were right upstairs waiting for him.
I'm dreaming. Mr. Frau? No, Frau? I heard a rumor you're in Switzerland. Patients of mine told me to escape to Basel, or Belgium, or someplace.
That's what everyone thinks. The Nazis included, we hope.
We tricked them.
We're so glad you've come, Mr. Dussel.
Y'all are.
How can I thank you? Not to us. Me and Mr. Crawler.
Without them, we couldn't live.
Aren't you scared, me? Sometimes?
We're not heroes.
You're far too modest, Steve.
We just don't like the Nazis. Anything about them.
Come, Mr. Russell, sit down. You must be worn out.
Let's all have a little toast. To Mr. Dussel.
Cognac. We were saving it in case of illness,
What
but...
better way to use it? To Mr. Dussel, we're honored to have you with us.
Prost!
Prost! Delicious. Too bad there's so little of it.
I believe we know someone in common, Mr. Dussel. Dr. Kinzel, we were friends back in the old days in Frankfurt. What? What is it?
Dr. Kinzer was taken last month. Fatal distress.